oh my gosh, can we not make people better? Like, why are they so unwell? I mean, are we living in this world? Can we not make people better? I'm looking at 10 free ways to improve your mental health, because yes, you can actually make yourself and others feel better. Mental health issues, you see, can dictate a person's life. Yet simple daily things can improve it. Instead, you can actually improve your mental health much easier if you use these little tips throughout the day. And the great thing is, you can do it for free, no cost whatsoever. So here are the 10 ways in which you can achieve better mental health and better mental performance today. Be with nature. Now I know it sounds very simple, but it's true. Being with nature is just incredibly good for you. Getting outside is one of the greatest gifts that you can actually give yourself. Nature provides us with a balance, and this is what our minds crave and our minds like, and is always striving to achieve this. Whatever bad thing there is in nature, there is an equal opposite good force there too. By spending time in nature, you begin to notice how your mind goes closer to the center. Spending time alone. Lots of people are absolutely, completely and utterly afraid of being alone, as that's where their greatest fears lie. But being alone is a gift. It allows you to face those fears, and that's where the answers to your problems truly are. By establishing a daily time that you can actually be alone, you're doing yourselves a favor, complete and utter favor for yourself. You're doing yourself a great favor, because that's where you'll discover things about yourself, good and bad. Now, once you do this, solutions will become more obvious to the problems that you have and the problems that exist in your life. Another way of actually improving your mental health and, by the way, performance, is breath. Now, this sounds a little bit open because it's breath, and this is what we need to do: open our breath. Most people, you see, they don't breathe properly. Now, doesn't that sound kind of odd when you think about it? But it's true. There's a fight or flight response in our brains, and by breathing deeply, you are actually calming your brain. But most people don't do this. Now, this enables you to make the right decision every time. And at the same time, others are actually struggling or panicking, believe it or not, to make a decision in the first place. This is where the likes of procrastination comes in, anxieties. So if you breathe properly, you'll be in a calm space in your mind and already responding to the right way instead. As well as that, by breathing from your diaphragm, you're actually improving the calmness of your brain, not just now, but in the longer term as well. Exercise. Who doesn't like to exercise? Well, lots of people, it seems. But movement and even simple movement is highly underrated. And as a result, obesity levels, hip replacements, and spinal stresses are actually increasing over the past couple of decades. And it's projected by the medics, by the experts, by science, to dominate physical health issues in the future. So by understanding the basics of how your body moves, you'll be giving yourself a great gift, not just to your body, not just to your fitness, but to your overall mental health and performance too. Then, by exercising a little regularly, you'll be clearing your mind of its deep stress. And when I say deep, it's there. The stress is there. It's just going to come out eventually. Movement in your body also creates your brain to adapt to this exercise. And that's how creativity begins to heal your mind. So if we're creative, we can be innovative. Another way is to talk to a friend. Now, you've heard this before, I'm sure, but there's reasons for this, and not just talking to anybody, but to a friend. Because of social media, there is actually a decreasing physical need to be in a friend's house or in their presence or in their apartment. However, it's also much healthier for your mental health to be in the same actual place, physical space, as someone when you're conversing. Now I know you've got all these modern conveniences that we can have, and we can make excuses not to go see somebody, but being in the physical presence is really important, because a very low percentage of communication happens when words are traded between two people. And this is the same for not just life, not just friendships, not just relationships, but also business as well. So it's very important to know that body language and human energy connects people at a very deep level. Now remember, I've spoken about deep stress, now I'm talking about deep communication. So by getting out and visiting a friend for a short time, you're improving your mental health and reinforcing that friendship. The same again, doublefold in fact, for a business relationship. And being face to face with a friend in an open manner helps with social anxiety too. And if you haven't believed or known of social anxiety, well, since the pandemic, you'll begin to understand it. Be more self-aware. What is self-awareness? Well, we can often get stuck in a rut and we think that we are now a certain type of person. But we can change. Sure, it may take time for this to happen, but change is possible. And once you recognize that you have this need within yourself, then your awareness is increasing. It's flourishing. Many people, though, lack basic self-awareness. Now, I know you can actually chime in with this. You can figure this out. You can, see people in your life, in your business, that just have, lack basic self-awareness. And their lives is a cycle of routine as a result. But once you're actually self-aware, you can see what will make you happier in this world. And being happy is how you shine and help others to shine in their lives too. The next thing is to eat well. Now, again, sounds very obvious, but so many people do not eat well. They look at their diet at times and then, that's it. There is a global obesity epidemic in the Western world though. Not many people see it. They think, oh yeah, it's just my diet, but no, there's a global one. People are eating the wrong things, and this is ruining their physical and mental health. There's a linkage there between the mind, between the body. And over time, your brain then needs food to replenish and re-energize itself. And without the proper nutrition, your thoughts and creativity are harmed. So again, if we look at innovation, if we look at ideas, if we look at progress, it's harmed, it's limited. This can bring about mental health difficulties as well. So that's where there's actually the same line going on with this mental health and performance. By stopping eating one bad thing that harms your health each day, you'll give your mind greater strength to choose better things to nourish it now and in the future. Now, maybe you can't do it every day, but if you put into place one thing at a time, even once a week, you're doing yourself a huge favor. Drink more water. You've heard it before. Water is good for you. Of course it is. 70% or so of this planet is full of water, but also of our bodies. Water is a source of life, and if you're not loading up on it, you're decreasing your ability to live well. And this, the lack of water, affects your mental health a heck of a lot. Now, by keeping yourself fully hydrated, I sound like high quality H2O here, the water boy, but truly you're fully hydrated. By doing so, you're actually giving your mind a better chance to function properly and also to think much clearer. So you don't think it until you're actually hydrated, and then you think it better. And in thinking well, and more often than not, you'll be able to make the right decision. So avoiding any pitfalls, avoiding any stressful situations, just going right down the middle and making the right decision every time. Sleep. Sleep as much as you can, people say, but that's not necessarily true. Sleep less, work harder. That's not necessarily true either, because sleep on its own, the proper amount, is extremely important for your mental health and performance. Studies have shown that optimum sleep required by most people now is between 7 to 8 hours each night. I have it down to a T, literally to the minute. I know exactly what I need and what I don't need. By getting the proper amount of sleep though, you're replenishing cells in your body. And this is how you can grow and develop. So it's physically happening under the hood between the ears up here. Without the ability to grow, you'll be stuck in the same mental health issue. So if you're doing the right things, but you're not getting enough sleep, it's pointless. So sleep is actually pivotal to help you overcome any problems of the mind. There's healing, deep healing that's going on there. Here's that word depth again. Empathy. Way more empathy needs to be shown. And the thing about empathy is if you show empathy, you get it back. And that's when you need favors and they'll come back to help you. Empathy is about putting yourself in the shoes of another. And by trying to understand others, just trying to understand them, you'll see that they have problems in life too. No one, not one person on earth is problem-free in their mind. However, different people have different ways of coping. And as unusual as some of them might seem, or illogical, this is the way it is. By learning to show empathy, you'll be able to distract yourself from your problems and begin to understand how others solve theirs. That gives you the ability to be better in friendships, relationships, management, and so on. Once you understand others, your relationships will also improve, as this is where many health issues, especially mental health issues, begin from and through people. So that's it. That's ways you can really help, and help yourself and others too. And that's where you thrive, and that's where you can not just survive, but also perform to a higher level. So if you like this video, subscribe, and I'll make more. Have a great day.